Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another video. And today we're going to be looking at American Resource Corporation because it's been a little while since we've talked about this stock, going back to November the 24th. And back on November the 24th, the stock was still in a bit of a bearish trend, slowly making its way down from its high peak back in October. But there has been some new developments and some great news that has come in for this stock and some closings that you're definitely not going to want to miss. But just to start off looking at the stock itself, we did talk about in the last video that we were putting this resistance line at $2.50 a share. And with us doing that, if you bring that all the way back across, you can see how it did end up breaking through this area of resistance, but it still did have way more candles, tops and bottoms, fluttering this line more than not. And then now we finally see a little bit more of a pickup on a positive trend over some of this awesome news that ended up coming out back on Monday. So without further ado, American Resources has now closed the $200 million strategic equity facility from Transition Equity Partners. So with American Resources, they're doing this through its minority holding in ReElement Technologies Corporation, which is really what is the huge driver for this company and this stock. So you'll hear me talk about ReElement quite a bit, but ReElement is American Resource Corporation. So they are a leading U.S. innovator in rare earth elements and critical mineral refining for the commercial and defense industries. And they ended up having all of this brought in with Transition Equity Partners, where this investment is going to accelerate the commercial deployment of ReElement's proprietary multi-mineral refining platform, with an initial focus on the build-out of the company's Marion. So in Indiana, they have a facility in Marion, Indiana, which is where they are building this large facility to meet their near-term domestic demands. So from this foundation, ReElement and TEP are planning to strategically develop additional facilities across the U.S. and select international markets, leveraging its versatile and modularly scalable refining architecture and proprietary chromatographic separation process. So the Marion, Indiana site is going to focus more on processing light rare earth metals and the heavy rare earth metals with other critical defense elements. So with Transition Equity Partners support, the Marion facility is going to scale to an additional capacity greater than 10,000 metric tons per annum of refined critical mineral production sourced from recycled feedstocks, and also mined mixed rare earth concentrates with an ability to further scale in Marion along with several other strategic locations. So just go back to the recycled feedstocks. That is what still has me pushing strong for this company and this stock, because they are a one-of-a-kind to recycle rare earth metals and also magnets. Like, you are taking a company that is trying to outsource to get used up bad batteries, and they're going to be able to recycle them and rejuvenate them, which is a technology and a refinement process that has not been able to be technologically completed until now with ReElement Technologies. So that is the huge driving portion on this stock for me personally, because that is not only one of a kind, but it is also something that is being looked at greatly by the government to be able to turn and burn magnets. Then that's able to bring more American stock instead of having to be so reliant on other countries for this thing. So, but also ReElement is also developing a large-scale critical mineral processing and refining capacity to strengthen the specific United States supply chains, which includes the company's recently announced partnership with the U.S. Department of War and Vulcan Elements to support a fully vertically integrated domestic rare earth magnet supply chain. And that in itself is just huge. So then ReElement is also partnering with POSCO International Corporation, which is a global leader in steel, magnetic materials, and advanced industrial solutions, to even further reinforce U.S.-based critical minerals and magnet production capabilities. So that's just driving this stock even further and further forward, to where whenever they say fully integrated, they mean they have a supplier, they have the domestic power to be able to take that raw product and then refine it, and then also turn it into a complete product even after the refinement process as well. So they're more or less creating a one-stop shop within themselves, partnering with these other companies. So that's going to bring forth a extremely strong and an extremely positive outlook for the future of this company. So, and beyond the magnet supply chains, ReElement's proprietary chromatographic refining platform is uniquely capable of meeting demand for heavy rare earth elements and other critical defense materials that are not currently produced at scale in the United States, which includes a whole slew of essential minerals that underpin U.S. energy, advanced technology, and defense applications. And that is still remain subject to severe supply constraints and export controls, specifically out of China. So that is also another reason why the Department of War and the U.S. government is pushing and giving different subsidies and contracts and things of that nature to the American Resource Corporation for the ReElement technology. So it is something that is going to be awesome to see where they're going here in the near future, especially now that they have closed this $200 million deal and we see the stock kind of peaking up a little bit. It would not surprise me if the stock did continue on a more positive trend after we seen such a bearish trend over the past 3 months. So now we have some good news coming into 2026, and they also have something that's going to push behind as well. They have a January conference and event schedule at the Consumer Electronics Show between January 5th and January 9th this week, located in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Las Vegas Convention Center and Venetian Expo. And so the CES is the most powerful tech event in the world, providing ground for breakthrough technologies and global innovators. So this is definitely where ReElement and American Resource Corporations can get some business done, make some more partners, get more people on board, and also be able to push the Future Mineral Forum, which is the world's premier platform for minerals, to be able to show them in the forefront of the global industry for being able to link in different governments, international organizations, and possibly a new huge amount of stakeholders to collectively shape the future of not only minerals in America, but also shape the company that is going to be refining all of these minerals. So, with all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all were able to learn a little bit more on American Resources. So, this is definitely a stock that I am still holding out on because their stock is still bouncing back pretty well here. It's still, yes, it has dropped quite a bit from its high peak and then dump at the same time, but the company is showing great numbers, and also they are showing great stability in their company. So now we just wait to see what all the final numbers were for Q4 of 25 to be able to kind of make a comparison for all of 2025 versus the previous year, to kind of give you a more broadband view of where this company's been and where it's heading. So, this is the Stock Warden riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?